Imagine it is 6:45 in the morning, the sky is pale gray. You step outside with your coffee, no particular destination. 10 minutes later, you go back in. That is it. That is the whole habit. And yet, that small act, eyes open, outdoor light, first hour of the day, is one of the most well studied levers we have for improving sleep, mood, and metabolic health in older adults. Today, we are going to explain exactly why it works, what happens inside your body when you do it, and how to build it into a morning that already feels full. Every cell in your body runs on a roughly 24-hour cycle. Your heart, your liver, your brain, all of them follow this internal clock called the circadian rhythm. In younger adults, that clock stays fairly well anchored on its own. In older adults, it tends to drift. Researchers at Harvard and the Brigham and Women's Hospital have documented a measurable shift that happens gradually over the decades. Sleep timing moves earlier, the peaks and valleys of the cycle flatten out, and the whole system becomes less responsive to its own signals. The result is not always dramatic. It often shows up quietly, waking at 4 in the morning and not being able to get back to sleep, an energy crash at 2 in the afternoon, a mood that feels slightly flat for no clear reason. Many people assume this is simply aging. The research suggests it is partly the clock, and that the clock responds to outside help. That outside help is light, specifically morning light. Your eyes contain specialized cells. Researchers call them intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells, whose main job is not seeing. Their job is sensing light levels and reporting to the part of your brain that runs the clock. These cells need a strong light signal to fire properly. A bright living room typically delivers somewhere between 100 and 300 lux, and even a well-lit office may reach only around 300 to 500 lux. Outdoor light on a fully overcast morning delivers somewhere between 1,000 and 10,000 lux. On a sunny day, far more. That difference matters. Your indoor environment, even a bright one, rarely gives your clock the signal it needs to set itself for the day. A 2017 study from the University of Colorado Boulder found that consistent natural light exposure, even just over a weekend, measurably corrected circadian misalignment and improved sleep timing in adults. Separately, a Northwestern University study published in PLOS 1 found that people who got more light exposure before noon had lower BMI on average, independent of how much they exercised or how many calories they ate. The researchers noted that the exact mechanism requires further research, though they propose that morning light may synchronize the internal body clock, which in turn regulates energy balance. The clock is not just about sleep, it coordinates appetite, blood sugar, immune function, and mood. Anchoring it in the morning has effects that ripple through the whole day. So, you do not need to hike. You do not need to exercise. The active ingredient here is light reaching your eyes. Step outside within 30 to 60 minutes of waking. Stay out for roughly 10 to 20 minutes on a sunny day, or 20 to 30 minutes when it is overcast. Try to do it at roughly the same time every morning, including weekends. Consistency of timing matters as much as the light itself. Leave the sunglasses inside if you can. You are not looking at the sun. You are simply letting an open, bright sky reach your eyes. Even lightly tinted lenses reduce the signal significantly. If you have light sensitivity, a hat and open shade are better alternatives than sunglasses. In practice, this can look like drinking coffee on a porch, walking slowly to the end of the driveway and back, or sitting on a bench facing an open sky. All of these count. One complementary habit. In the 2 hours before bed, dim your indoor lights and step back from bright overhead lighting. This preserves your natural melatonin rise in the evening. The morning and evening habits work together. A few practical notes before you build this into your routine. If you have an eye condition, macular degeneration, uveitis, recent cataract surgery, or a history of retinal problems, check with your ophthalmologist before changing your habits around wearing sunglasses outdoors. This protocol does not involve looking at the sun, but your eye doctor can give you guidance specific to your situation. Some medications common in older adults increase skin sensitivity to sunlight. These include certain antibiotics, some blood pressure diuretics, and some anti-inflammatories. 10 to 15 minutes of early morning exposure is low risk for most people, but if you are unsure about any medications you take, a quick question to your pharmacist is worth it. For those with balance concerns or uneven outdoor surfaces, you do not have to go far from the door. Sitting on a well-lit covered porch or even near an open doorway still delivers meaningfully more light than being inside. Falls prevention comes first. The goal is light reaching your eyes, not a specific location. For anyone who lives somewhere with genuinely limited winter daylight, or who simply cannot get outside reliably, a 10,000 lux light therapy lamp used for roughly 20 to 30 minutes, some clinical protocols recommend up to 30-60 minutes, at eye level during breakfast is a clinically studied option often used when outdoor light is unavailable. One caution: if you have a history of bipolar disorder or mania, speak with your psychiatrist before using a light therapy device, as bright light can trigger episodes in people with that history. If this was useful, the simplest thing you can do right now is subscribe, so the next video finds you without any effort on your part. This channel covers practical, evidence-grounded habits for adults in their later decades and the family members who care about them. No hype, no shortcuts, just what the research actually says and what you can reasonably do with it. We are glad you are here.